What's up, everybody? Welcome to What Voice Is This? Holy goodness. This is how I sound. In my head, I sound much cooler. I guess I have a cold. I guess I always have a cold. I guess you get to a point in your life where you just wake up and you're like, this is my voice now. I'm that guy. I'm Grandpa from The Simpsons. Welcome to the Grandpa from The Simpsons podcast, episode 106. If you're keeping score, that's 106. If you're not keeping score, that's 100-6. Uh, New Bruise, who this? As I meander through life, I find myself occasionally having sleep bruises, and bruises from things that I don't know how I got bruises. That's not a cool, like in your 20s, you're like, you wake up and the side of your face is all purple because you don't remember like drunk running into a fence. It's not like that. It's like, this is kind of an annoying bruise. I'd like this to go away. And it's like, it just happened when I put my arm down and I'm like, well, I can't really lean. And have you ever noticed like whatever ailment on your body, like if it's a paper cut in the middle of one of your fingers, or like it's a scrape somewhere or an itch, like that's the most important part of your body because it's like ailing. And you're like, you never realize, like, whoa, I never realized how much lemon juice I couldn't put on my paper cut. That's insane. I just, it's like maybe that's the most important appendage in my whole existence. Who knows? It's crazy that way. New bruise. Do you get bruises? Of course you do. What's your thing? Like, now that you're older, and it could be 20s. You could be in your 20s listening to this. You could be in your 30s. You could be in your 40s. Whatever age. What's something that happens now that just didn't before? Mine obviously is every day. I guess I don't know what my voice sounds like. Some days it sounds cool. Other days it sounds like, as I said, an old guy who's getting sucked off by a helium balloon. How would that even happen? I don't know, but there's that burp, and there's like so much burping. Like now that you're older, not you, I'm not trying to make you older. You're always the same age. I'm just like, all of a sudden, burps, so many burps. Anyways, I'm getting ready to hit the road a bunch. I got a couple of stories that I just want to share. It's like I woke up, I'm like, oh, it's Wednesday. I should do a podcast. And I do two now, kind of. I do, you're like, where's Hannah? I'm like, well, Hannah's always around because Hannah's a delight. But Hannah's jumped on the Advice Guys pod this week. So we're doing that tomorrow. I'll put this up on the site. So it'll be a bonus audio. And then, of course, you can always check out Advice Guys on YouTube at Advice Guys 11, I think it is, or send questions to adviceguys11 at Gmail. It's a fun show, but this gives me an opportunity to do all the talking and things that I love to do. It's one of my fave things. Getting ready to hit the road. In May, all my dates are on my website, thechrisarmy.com. In May, I'll be at Comedy Club of Kansas City. End of June, end of July, early August, I'll be back in Detroit at One Night Stands. I'll be there. And then mid-August, I'm at Laugh Factory Reno for a couple of days. And then I'm going to Utah to record my special. Now, I've told the story about the special a bunch of times, so I'll just give you the quick version. My dear friend Russell Peters said, hey, do you want to shoot a special in Canada a couple of years ago? I said, yeah, absolutely. We flew out there, and he's like, there's this new company. They've got all this money. So like 30 comics, we all fly out to Canada. We get there, we shoot it. It's great. And then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, the production company ran away with the money. They don't have any money anymore. No one's seen it. And the people who shot it are like, well, we didn't get paid. So no one gets this footage. So it's like super. So then I'm like, well, maybe that's a sign. So I wait 6-7 months because I was doing a bunch of TV stuff, and I decided, all right, I'm going to put that set back in order. I got it back into fighting shape. And then I do in Detroit. I use a friend, and he makes the mistake of getting new cameras right before he shoots. So he's not really familiar with them. So 4 shows, great shows. If you were there, awesome shows, awesome content, great set, would have killed. But he didn't get the footage. No footage, no show. So then I'm just like so bummed. Like, what do I do? And any time I'm on the show, I'm like, oh, I'm so bummed. I'm not bummed because I'm like, poor me. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Nobody wants a podcast where it's like, hey, everybody, I'm happy, always. I'm not unhappy. But I'm actually pretty happy always. That's kind of weird. So I was like, all right, well, what am I going to do? I guess, well, it's going to be fine because I'm going to start working on a TV show again. And I was planning on working on a specific TV show. I was planning on working on, I think I get it confused. I was planning on working on a specific TV show, didn't work. So then I'm like, now what am I going to do? Like, I was planning on doing all this stuff. Now, like, I need to find another TV gig. Got to do that. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my special. So I'm a big fan of momentum makes momentum. Taking action makes action happen. And Action Jackson is a good movie. All of the things. So I called my manager and I was like, I want to do another special. Let's do one. Let's do one for Dry Bar. He's like, oh, are you ready? And I'm like, motherfucker, I've done 3. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So he calls it up, he gets it done. So August 30th, I'm back in Provo, going back to Provo. And I'm going to do another special. I'm very excited about it. I know that it'll be done correctly. I know that it'll get released. I know that I'll have a bunch of great clips from it. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So that's that. And the other couple of things I wanted to talk about today, not a big, huge episode. Also, 2 friends have music out right now that's doing great. Congratulations to my friend Steve Taylor, who won a Detroit Music Award for his album Earn Every Scar. I believe that's the new album. I think it is. That might be the old album. I think I don't know. I can't read. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm old. But I think that it's the new record that he's got out, and it's great. And I'm going to have to look now just to make sure that this is the right one. And also, my buddy Graham Cousins, he has a new record out, and it's called Any Kind of Symbol. So those are both out. Check those both out. You'll enjoy them. You'll dig them. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Come on, man. This is important for you to wait for this. Nope, that's averted. Nope. Nothing. He posted about. Aha! Temporary Heart. It's not Earn Every Scar. Earn Every Scar was his last one. Temporary Heart by Steve Taylor. New record. Check it out. I have a song on there with Steve. Any Kind of Symbol with Graham. I was lucky to hear the songs as they were coming up on the way. It's a great record. Really good to see dudes who've been doing it a long time still doing it. I love that. It's one of my favorite things. Keep it up, gentlemen. Please check out their music. Graham Cousins, Any Kind of Symbol, Steve Taylor, Temporary Heart. There you go. This is from my second album back here, my second comedy album. Chris Alive 2, always such a great, that's the proof of it. And I thought it was pretty cool. So it's behind me, not to be confused with my big head with younger beard. And my very first record, so many different things for people to check out. So all right. So now I got to get a new job. And I think new jobs in any kind of acting or any kind of audition in LA, and people have inquired before. If you haven't, let me explain what it's like. I suppose it's like a regular job audition, or interview is a better word, where you go in, you interview, and then you probably never hear anything from someone again. It's such a weird part of our life. It's like being business ghosted. So I had an audition. Let me explain what's been going on with me. So in the past, since I've gone through this change, like of thinking to myself, I'm going to start working on this new show. I'm going to start in April from last August. So I kind of just chilled because it's a great show, Writers Guild residuals. I didn't need to work. I would be like, it was enough for me. I was fine. But then I got like the big screw. I didn't get it. So now it's like, okay, now what am I going to do? I'm not a young buck. I'm a middle-aged buck. I'm a buck. My name's Buck. Hi. And I'm like, all right, well, what do I do? How do I do this? So it's like I tell my manager and my agent, I'm submitting shows. So I come up with 3 different game show ideas. 3 different shows. I come up with one show, which is a true crime clip show called True Crimedy. Another show called Murder, She Guessed, which is a true crime game show. And a competitive dating show called The Ringer. I like all three of them. So whereas stand-up, where I'm used to, here's my joke, what's the response? When it comes to creating shows, it goes like, well, you have to work it all out, iron out all the kinks, think about everything, because you're basically creating directions to a board game. And then after you iron it all out, then you have to send it to your representatives who come back with, well, then you have to make all those changes. And then all of a sudden you get it, then you send it to your agent, and then you wait for your agent to go, yeah, this is cool. And then after your agent does it, you set up meetings. So since we've only gone out with the first one, we're going to go out with the other two, meaning we're going to pitch meetings and see if anyone's interested. It's such a weird time in TV right now. So few people are making TV. There's like tons of shows on, but it's just a weird time in LA. So you then have to go and have these pitch meetings. I've pitched the True Crime Clip Show 5 times. And if I tell you all 5 meetings went great, they did. I'm not an idiot. I know when a meeting goes good and when a meeting does not. I know when things are clicking. I know when they're great. But you never know if you're ever going to hear anything again. So just imagine like waking up, like you have a meeting with this people. And when you first move to Hollywood, you get so excited for the concept of a meeting. You post on your page, I have a meeting today, or I have an audition today. And it's like, that's what you're supposed to do. So I have this meeting with these 5 production companies, and I pitch my little heart out. And they're laughing, and they're familiar with me because some of them have watched my stuff. And it's cool. It got stuck in my beard. And it's cool. And then afterwards, like, all right, we'll talk soon. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's like, maybe that's true. Maybe we will talk soon. Maybe like soon is a vague term. Maybe we won't talk for like 2 years. And that's soon, considering I haven't talked to them for 50 years prior to today. So soon could still be 2 years. So I have no idea. I don't even know. It's not a thing. So then I'm like, all right, well, I got a job interview. So yesterday I had this really awesome job interview, and I was on this call with this producer for 20 minutes, and I thought we got along great. And they were even like, yeah, well, it shoots here, and it's going to be this, and this is what it's going to be. And I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. I'm in. Let's do it. And they're like, well, you're great. We'll get in touch with you later today. We'll get started. It starts tomorrow or the next day. Well, tomorrow. Now it's tomorrow, and I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I was on the call. Thought it was good. I have a pretty good resume. So it's like, what do you do in that situation? In that situation, all I can do is just continue to accept that I've been business ghosted. Now I've got 2 more bullets in the chamber with these other 2 shows. I'm going to continue to still apply for jobs and opportunities, and just, I mean, something's going to happen. Who knows when? But that's just how it is. It's just, there's nothing is guaranteed. So your choice is go for it. I say go for it. So whatever it is you're going after, there's no guarantee. There's losers, there's winners, just like Ken Rogers says in the tune, the Kenny Rogers reference. This podcast is hip. Shout out to the 3 new followers I got last week. Shout out to you. Thank you for doing it. We're climbing up. We're like maybe 2 million away from Rogan, but we're going to get there. We're going to absolutely get there. Think of me as sort of like a warm fire. My voice is sort of like a warm fire that you sit by, and it gives you hope. And you could put marshmallows in my face. Like, that's how cool this pod is. It's very exciting. In the news, let's see. So we covered new Bruise. We covered the 2 new records. Let's see. We covered the things I wanted to talk about in the news are just 2 different things. First, I wanted to talk about, it's in the news, so don't get mad. Shannon Sharpe. Wow. It's like, there's a phrase that I use, and it's called blind with erection. Like, you have such a boner that you just do and say, really, you have like a level of confidence because of your boner that you're like, I can say and I can do whatever I want. Now, this guy successful football player, successful TV analyst, successful podcaster. I believe his podcast is called Club Shay Shay. Macho dude, athletic, in his 50s. The story is he meets a woman who's 20 at an LA gym. He pursues her. They eventually have a consensual relationship. After this consensual relationship, they allegedly move to Las Vegas together. The relationship, he becomes controlling. He starts insisting she's on call, that she should be at his place at certain times. He then leaves her more and more. They break up. It's not surprising. She's 20. He's 57, 58. He's older. 56. I don't know. They break up. He starts texting her stuff, like texting and voicemail. I'm going to choke you in public. I'm going to choke the shit out of you. I'm going to kill you. I don't have $100 million, but I want you to know, if you're listening and you have $100 million, you probably don't want to text a 20-year-old girl, I'm going to kill you or choke the shit out of you. That is a great way to not have $100 million. This guy was about to sign a $100 million deal for his podcast. He was about to re-up for ESPN. He had some money of his own, obviously, from being a very successful football player. But, let's be honest. What a dump. You need to be blind with erection for you to think this is a good idea. Now, some people listening are like, it's a money grab. No, it's not a money grab. He offered her $10 million last week to make this thing just go away. She's like, I'm going to sue you, you motherfucker. You've tortured me. You've assaulted me. I'm going to sue your ass. I'm going to fuck you up. And he's like, here's $10 million just to make it go away. $10 million. And she was like, go fuck yourself. You just ran me through the ringer. So now this guy's like, well, now he's backing up. He's like, I didn't do it. You did, buddy. You just did. I'm not condemning anyone because I don't know the story. Maybe it's all made up. Doesn't look like it. But what a scumbag. What a you don't get to do that. You don't get to have money and treat people that way. You just don't get to do that. I get the blind with boner part, but you got to think it through. You got to think it through. If you're blind with boner, you got to be like, maybe I don't need to be texting stuff right now. Maybe now is not the time for me to be texting stuff. Now, if you're Shannon Sharpe and you're listening to my podcast right now, which is possible, I want you to know I didn't make you do any of this stuff. And I'm not spreading any rumors. These are just facts that I've read about the case. And of course, it's online, so it's 100% true. Couldn't be anything further from the truth. But yeah, buddy, you don't get to do that. Russell Brand, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do it and then talk about how, the thing about the Russell Brand thing that makes me irritated is I've been on drugs. I've been drunk. And I don't remember what I've done many times. I'm fortunate enough that I haven't put myself in a situation where I took advantage of other people. I'm super hopeful of that. But if someone were to come to me and say, hey, this happened when you and I were doing this, and you were fucked up out of your mind, and you don't remember, what could I say? I'd have to be like, sorry? I would never be like, I didn't do that. I was a drug addict and alcoholic, and I would black out all the time, but I never did that. It's just the opposite of drugging out and having. Now, some people listening to this will be like, I don't want to listen to this. These people are just money chasers. And other people will be like, good for you. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe don't assault people. Just maybe that's a good thing to do. Do you think, and I hope those victims get their day. I'm a big believer of victims. I believe victims. It's my thing. I know Dave Chappelle does not. I know he believes Michael Jackson, but I get it. Beat it. Still fire. Boston Marathon. Do you think people watch Boston Marathon because they're like thinking, hey, it'd be cool if it blew up again? And it's not that they want anybody to die, not that they want to do anything like that, but like secretly, the Boston Marathon gained a lot of viewers after it blew up. A lot of people were talking about it. I bet more people entered. Very glad that it went off without a hitch. But a lot of people were like, any crock pots in the audience? Any pots of crock? That's it. All right. I just want to say stay positive. Keep doing it. I have no idea what's going on with my career right now, but I got to be honest with you. I know something cool's happening. I'm not at the end of my book. I'm at the point of my autobiography where things are about to flip and cool things are about to happen. So I'm going to continue to forge ahead. I ask you to do the same. I'm going to go to this week's jokes, and then I'm out going for an old man walk. That's right. So here we go. This week's jokes since last episode. All right, here we go. These are just the jokes I wrote this week on Threads. It's one of my favorite segments of the show. Let's talk about them. Here we go. We'll get to it. Okay. An El Salvador prison would be tough. But did you see the series finale of Dexter? I mean, both were pretty tough. Pretty tough. I hope to never be in an El Salvador prison. I hope to never be in any prison. And I hope to never have to watch the season finale or series finale of Dexter again. So I think it kind of evens out. I think it's inhumane that those people live in that prison that way. I also think it was kind of inhumane that we had to see the series finale of Dexter. We drove off into a storm in a boat. Come on, man. I have a theory, is if you grew up unwanted, it may be the reason that you end up being wanted in several states because you were unwanted. Then you're a criminal. Now you're nobody. All right. This one did well. This one did really well. I don't know. Katy Perry in space for 10 minutes. It just doesn't seem long enough. That did well. A lot of people were upset with Katy Perry for going to space for 10 minutes. Do you think you were as upset with Katy Perry for going to space for 10 minutes that she talked about going to space for 10 minutes, or that you just did like that? When somebody cool, like uncool in the eyes of people, or somebody insufferable does something cool, it just makes you hate. Like, I don't ever want to go to space. I just don't. I mean, just the concept of just being in space for 9 months would suck. Same reason I don't want to be in a submarine. If I don't have to be, I don't have any interest in that. But she goes to space for 10 minutes. If you knew you were going to be safe, that'd be kind of cool to go to space. Oh, look, there's the Earth. There's your Instagram picture. Here's the Earth. Yeah, I don't know. All right, moving forward. That yawn was for you. My next joke is as killed on See Tony. I watched that Killed Tony Netflix thing. My opinion does not matter. It's not my brand of comedy. It's on Netflix. It's doing very well. He sells out Madison Square Garden. It seems like most people just get killed on there, and it's fun for people to watch comedic presences or comedians get assassinated. Yikes. Spotify went down. I wanted people to know that I was losing cents a day not being able to stream my content. Cents a day. I have a new Substack. If you guys are on Substack, you can follow me on the Chris Army. It's a fun page. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's a new account. It's just me writing stuff. I mean, there's too much of me everywhere. I mean, I'm plenty for me, but like, if you're ever bored and you're on Substack and you're looking for something to read, I'm on there too. It's not gonna. I have to be better at self-promotion. It's not the coolest thing you've ever seen, but it's something you've seen, and if it's cold out, it's pretty cool. Leading to this joke was a cool name for an autistic cable network would be On the Spectrum, right? On the Spectrum. On the Spectrum. Any DM that goes out after midnight is you sending out a MESOS. Sending out a MESOS. Mending out and sending out a SOS. I'm sorry, sending out a SOS because you're a mess and you look. It's a distress signal. I don't know. My after midnight calls go to GoPuff. I think dying is the leading cause of death. It seems to be like a simple joke, like alcohol. It's worth a shot. Like it seems to be like one of those type jokes where it's like more like a candle that you'd see in a gift store. Like you're not gonna be like wah wah wah, but just like sort of like a funny thing. There's the Met Gala. When's the Yankees Gala? I don't know. This is a good joke right here, or this is a good observation. Being on stage as a stand-up for a short while is so awesome and such an incredible rush. It makes you forget about how hanging out at clubs to be seen by the booker, driving 2 hours for a 10-minute spot, promoting, writing, rewriting, travel, hotels, drinking with strangers, getting feedback from audience members you didn't ask for, having to sell merch to make a profit on the road, open mics that you have to close, fast food, late nights, AM radio, not AM radio being like AM, FM, being like morning radio, TV promotion, and not being at home sucks. It like being on stage is that cool. Makes you forget all that stuff. May 23 through 25, Comedy Club of KC. July 31, August 2nd, One Night Stands. Waterford, Michigan, August 21 to 24, Laugh Factory, Reno. August 30th, Provo, Utah. Hopefully an Atlanta date coming in there. I'll let you know. Hopefully in Arizona as well. Maybe a France. Who knows? I would audition for SNL, but I love the offensive things I tweeted 15 years ago way too much. I like Chris Von Hollen, but not as much as his brothers Alex and Eddie Von Hollen. So good. The new pornographer's drummer was arrested for child pornography. Did you see this story? This guy who was arrested, he was the drummer. He would follow boys into a restroom, allegedly. I don't know. If you look at his picture, he doesn't look like he's that new into pornography. He looks like his thing. On Easter, I posted, Jesus is the Buddha of Muhammad, just a rage bait. Let's see. Comedians are just broke, musicless rappers. That's profound. A lot of people don't know this, but the store got its name because that's how Sam Walton, Sam's Club. Like, I think that's how how Walmart got its name, because Sam Walton refers to his Sam's Club, like Sam's Club. It's a lot. Intermittent fasting is basically Ozempic for the poor. It is. CNN, I think, stands for clearly nothing new. I think, let's see, what else did I do? When I was 7, I asked my Aunt Norma if she would help me dye Easter eggs, and she said, honey, my eggs died a long time ago. Easter Bunny is a fun holiday mascot. E-Bunny sounds like a club drug you do at a warehouse in Pittsburgh. Also, It's America Has Talent, not America's Got Talent. AGT, come on. The G should stand for grammar. How are you reading this? I blocked you. How are you listening to this? I blocked you. My friend Rich Aronovich has a special out called The Artist. It's on YouTube. There's a link on it on my threads, or you can just go to YouTube. It's great. It's a great special of him shot at the cellar. A couple more jokes, everybody, but this is my favorite part. A lot of energy today from me. Loving it. I'm not gay. I'm not. But the Donovan Mitchell Skims commercial makes me gay for the commercial. Holy Christ. That guy's in shape. Yikes, a bee. And so this is an old joke, but I remixed it for yesterday because of the Pope dying. Remember at the reveal party of The Smoke is White, it's a Pope. The movie Sinners is basically Creed without all the boxing. I don't even know what that means. Kanye West released an interesting statement. I think that guy's smart. I think that dude is smart, and everybody thinks he's a nut job. But as far as marketing goes, that guy's he's so good at making people talk about him. There are people who are at a level of making you talk about them that other people are not. Like, remember when Morgan Wallen bounced off SNL? He's like, I'm getting myself back to God's country. Next day, he was selling shirts and hats that say, getting myself to God's country. And then Kanye's like, I asked my cousin's D till I was 14. Oh, here's a song about it. I'm going to India. And then he releases a song about it. Everyone wants to hear the song because they're like, whoa. American Idol is like going to the most insufferable karaoke bar ever. It's true. Anyone else getting anxiety when the dude from, have you seen the Nerd Wallet commercial where the guy's in a boat and the dolphin comes up? He's like, give me your phone. And he just throws his phone in the water. How are you not? Ah. And then the dolphin just goes underwater and the phone leaves and the guy doesn't even care. Facebook was like, told me that you had 242 mutual friends. And I was like, maybe, but I've only been with 240, one of them. Kyler Murray could be the next cardinal to replace the Pope. Smart joke. Not a lot of people were into it. It doesn't seem like Shannon is very sharp. We talked about that. If the Lakers win, I think it'd be cool if Bronny James retires. I mean, what else does that dude need to accomplish? He did 1 year of college. He won a national. He won a national title. He won an NBA title. Just retire. Be like, I'm done. Live your life. You're 20. RFK just announced that autism was illegal. I just think it's funny. They're giving a baby bonus, $5,000 to ladies who have a baby. If you get pregnant and have a baby, the government's going to give you $5,000. I thought a baby bonus was what happens after an unplanned pregnancy. You know, like, oops, baby bonus. And I think Boston Marathon would be funnier if it was like, so wait, a Boston Marathon isn't just watching the movie Fever Pitch for 6 hours? Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. This was episode 106. Got an Advice Guys tomorrow with Hannah and Josh. If you like the show, please like and subscribe. Please share it. Thank you for keep coming back. Thank you for listening. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to go for a walk. Bye.